Hello friends! Today we're going to be working on a bunch of different things that you can do with a yoga wheel and yoga blocks. If you have a pole or a wall, either one of these will work. The first part of the video I'm going to be doing everything up against the pole, and then at the end of the video I'll show you all the same things you can do with the wall. So this is a headstand where the wheel is supporting your upper back, where your shoulder blades are. Forearms are on the ground, head is on the ground, and like I just said, your upper back, shoulder blades are against the yoga wheel. This is probably one of the easiest and least challenging poses to do with the yoga wheel, so I'm showing it first. You can do a whole bunch of different leg variations with this one. The pike that I'm doing right now is definitely more challenging than the straddle. Good job. So try all the different things to challenge yourself. So this one is a forearm stand only. Your head is not touching the floor. I'm going to put a yoga block with the longer ways going towards the pole on the floor and against the wall, and then the yoga wheel on top of it. Sometimes your yoga wheel likes to roll off. So I kind of put my head against it, hands on the floor, and if you're near a wall, your fingers don't have to be touching the wall, depending on how open your shoulders are, and kick up to the wall or the pole. Really engage your core, your abs. And what's nice about the wheel is that it gets you far enough away from the pole or the wall that you can lean your hips back and your legs feel free to move around a lot. A lot of times if you have yourself too close to the wall, your bottom will hit the wall and knock you back down again. This next one is where you're going to start out in a headstand and you're going to push your head off the floor to be in your forearm stand. So head starts on the ground and get upside down, and this you want to have one foot against the wall or the pole to help you push without straining your back. And then you can try and find your balance. Now the yoga wheel is not supporting your upper back. It is a lot harder to find your balance. If you have the balance, try and do a straddle and move the legs around. All right, now we're going to do a handstand. So now your hands are going to be on the floor. If I make a straight line down off the curve of the wheel, that's about where I want my fingertips. If you have the fingertips too close to the wall or the pole, you'll feel like you can't lean back enough. So my head is on that curve of the wheel, not on the top of it, and it's more on the back of my head. And kick yourself up. You want to make sure you have soft elbows. You're not completely locking out your arms. Make sure your fingertips, where your fingerprints are digging into the floor so that your knuckles and everything feels activated in this pose. Play around with a bunch of different leg movements. When you're using the pole, you'll feel like you can put your feet back farther. Whereas if you have the wall, which I'll show you later in the video, obviously the wall is going to stop you and prevent you from putting your legs back any farther. Unless you have a crazy wall that you can put your legs through it. What? Now I'm just being ridiculous. All right, so this is a way you can assist yourself with your feet and yoga blocks to help you get up there if kicking up feels like it's not something you can quite do yet. So again, straight down off the curve of the wheel is about where you want your fingertips. More of the back of your head is on the wheel, and I'm stepping up on the yoga blocks, trying to stack the hips. You want the hips over where your head and shoulders are. That way you'll start to feel like you can lift that foot off. And then to challenge yourself, try and see if you can touch the foot to the blocks and bring it back up again. Try that a few times and definitely switch sides. Anytime there's anything in my videos that I only demonstrated on one side, it's to save you time from having to watch me do it on both sides. Always do stuff on both sides. It's good for your brain, it's good for your muscles. All right, so this is a forearm stand with the yoga blocks. I prefer to have 3 yoga blocks. If you only have 2, it can still work, but it definitely is not as stable. So the wider way of the yoga block when it's up on its edge is going to go close to the wall, And then you want to take the 2 other yoga blocks, and they're going to be down flat, and you want the longer way going away from you towards the wall. And that's going to be pushed all the way up against the wall. So just your forearms are going to be on the ground, no head on the floor, and you want that upper back and shoulder blade area to be pushed into the yoga blocks. And again, your fingertips don't have to be all the way to the wall, depending on how flexible your shoulders are. You're just trying to keep the elbows underneath your shoulders so that it keeps your head off the ground. Play around with a few different leg variations once you find your balance. But when you first start doing any of these, you're probably going to have one or both feet touching the pole or the wall until you start to feel more engagement in your shoulders, your abs. Always squeezing those butt cheeks. Good job. You got it. All right, now we're up against the wall. So I'm going to quickly go through all the different things we already did and put some music on for you. And enjoy.
So you will feel all your powers unfold. Ooh. Stretching out big wings over waters turning gold. Ooh. So tell your story, baby, don't give up. Just let it go out. Your quiet wishing's not loud enough. Will you be the one to take a chance? Have demands, spill your heart. Will you be the one to take a stand? Make the girls dance, spill your thoughts.